for the 4.
We will see what they do.
I'm just curious about what he's going to do with the 5 after the 4, because the 5 looks a bit hampered by the 9, so he's gonna have to get a good angle on the 5 as well.
Oh, I'm surprised to see him playing safe. It looked like he had a pretty good shot on the 3, but wasn't too sure about the positional play, probably. Decided to go for a more defensive approach. We will see what comes from this. I will expect, I see Schneider going for the jump shot, and there's a big chance of being safe after going for the jump, so let's see.
Yeah, so he missed the jump on the right side of the pocket. Short, long, bring it back to the other side of the table. I wouldn't be too happy if I was Jan right now, because he played a safety which wasn't really good, and that brought him into this kind of trouble.
On the other side, I think Michael took the right chance to jump at this ball, because there was a big chance of getting behind the 4 ball. So in this case, I think he played a pretty nice jump, and this is actually a really nice kick shot.
The cue ball? Yeah, that looks really good.
I mean, either way, if it's safe or not, he hit this on the right side of the 3, and he got the cue ball out there. That's pretty big achievement as well, because there was almost no gap between the 9 and the 5. But I think we have 2 fighters in the ring today. We have 2 fighters in the box. He can choose to just kick it 1 rail, so the cue ball can go out. If he goes for the 2 rails, the cue ball might go into the 10 or the 5, so there's not gonna be so much difference of a distance between the cue ball and the 3. So
would you kick on this side? I would prefer kicking from the other side, but
the other side can be as well, as long as it's 1 rail. The 2 rails, like this is what I said, the 2 rails was a little bit tricky, because the cue ball is not easy to get out of the trouble. Not saying this is an easy shot, definitely not. It's definitely still a tester to get nicely on the 4. But I think he could have chosen a better shot there.
yeah, I think there were better options on the table. He felt comfortable playing the 2 rail kick shot. I know that Michael likes to play these thin cut shots, so I expect him to make it and just run the cue ball, maybe bump it to something. Yeah, he likes to do stuff like this. He just likes to make the pot, make sure that his cue ball's got enough speed to get into some open space. And I think he can actually make the 4 from here.
Well, this is a close view. I'm not really sure if he can do this. It looks really close, and looking at his body language, it looks like it goes. And yeah, well, especially in these circumstances, having a defensive play all the time, if you keep losing these kind of games, yeah, I mean, you can feel it from the inside, because you lose control.
I like the shot. He played it with a lot of inside to get a good angle on the 5 because the 5 was hampered by the 9 to the other pocket. So that was a nice shot. He should have an angle to move to the 6 from here, playing top. Oh, he actually bumped the 9 as well, and he's going to end up behind the 10.
That's actually not the best shot I've seen. I'm quite surprised he hit that 9 ball. Maybe he hit the ball a little bit thin, but to get on that 6, he also had not that much speed. The cue ball was pretty slow as well, so I think it was not the clearest of shots, but he might be able to solve the problem here.
Yeah, well, I'm confident he's going to hit it. Oh well,
wow.
I'm going to put my confidence back in the basket.
Yeah, I think you can do that. Whoa.
He had a lot of air on that shot. That's a buzzer shot.
Yeah, pretty easy layout from here.
But I expected him to play the 5 a bit more firm with more strokes, so he would move past behind the 9. So I was surprised he actually hit it.
Yeah, pretty easy layout from here. I don't think we have that much talk to do on a layout like this. Both players looking pretty confident, so...
I don't know. I mean, if you just missed a jump shot like that, that might get into your head.
Might be, but it's only 1-1, so what are we thinking about?
Hey, we're gonna find out now. I mean, on his first break, he made a break and run. So let's see what he does now. Oh, here we have a replay of that jump that he missed.
Yeah, it's a little bit strange. Like, he was actually like lining up to to at least hit the 6, and then he probably moved his body in some kind of way that he completely missed it. He was surprised as well. If you look at his body language, he was like, whoa, what is happening?
Well, if we're gonna talk about surprises, I was actually surprised that he made that shot that quickly, because I didn't even see that he took his jump cue.
Yeah, well, you're just a slow player. That's, there's nothing we can do about it.
There's nothing wrong with a 10-minute average for a racket 10 ball.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with 10 minutes a game, huh, Gino? No. No, okay, besides the jokes, yeah, it's 2-1. And Schneider breaking. Has been breaking kind of similar like Jan. A little bit more pop. This rack was a little bit strange. Still made the 8, but you can see how the 2 balls to the middle that were not really moving that well. So something happened in the rack. I don't know what he did to himself.
Well, he's racking for himself, so you would expect him to have a good rack. Well, the 8 ball moved to the corner, which wasn't... Well, actually, the 7 hit the 8 to move the 8 into the corner, so that just tells you how bad the break was.
On the other side...
He made a ball. He's got options.
And maybe a little bit offensive. Can he... Oh, whoa. Oh, if he can get behind the... No, I am not sure. Whoa. Okay, I did not see this coming.
If I were Michael, I'd be calling a ref just to see if the hit on the 1 is clean.
It's so tough.
This is
I'm
so
not
close.
I mean, if he can cut the 1, then okay. But it looks like a really thin hit.
Well,
and kicking at this is also not the guarantee thing. And I was surprised. I was looking at the 1 rail and then of the 4 in the corner to have shape on the 2 on the side. So I'm a little bit surprised he shot this. But Jan, he looks quite happy, I think, with his lead.
He could see more of the one that we expected.
Yeah.
I just wonder how much you can see of the 3. Do you think the 3 can pass the 7 and the 10?
Might be a really close call. What he can do is go with the cue ball in between the 3 and the 9 and get, close to the 10 to shoot the 3 in the top right corner. But the way he played it, he's really sure, was not happy with his execution there. You can see his arm, like he was not happy with the way he was swinging. So maybe a little bit of pressure, maybe.
I don't think he wanted to bump the 9 like he did, but it looks good enough from here. Sometimes you just have to accept the fact that you're playing sloppy, but you're getting away with it, instead of getting all agitated about it.
Yeah, and from here looks like a little bit smooth sailing. Kind of straight on the 5. Or I'm not sure what view I'm looking. Yeah, it looks on one view a little bit more straight than the other view. But a little bit angle won't hurt him to go to the 7 on the 6. If you're playing well, it doesn't matter, huh?
Hey, if I'm playing well and it's a straight 5, I just draw it back to the 6 to the side pocket. But I'm guessing that's the reason why he's there in the final and I'm sitting here in the commentary booth.
And you missed the 5.
Yeah.
No, just without joking, he's a little bit straight on the 5, and he was looking on playing just the stop shot, and it's okay, but it was not good enough. I like this a lot better.
Yeah, what am I doing in the commentary booth?
Well, you couldn't make the 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this was another, like, it was kind of inch perfect. If he went too far or too short, it was not going to be that nice. Yeah, so it's looking pretty well for Jan here. And is it surprising? I don't know. Everybody knows Jan for years, and we all know how much he works for this. So why would this not be possible?
Well, I'm not happy with it. I'm still rooting for my Schneider boy. And he's going to lose a rack on his break, so I'm not happy with it. But it's good play from Jan, don't get me wrong. And he's looking good. He's looking solid. And he's got the breakdown. We're going to see what happens.
Yeah, so let's see. I think I was just talking to the parents of Jan. And he is currently sponsored by Go Customs, Hague 5, Ballenzo, and then he has the Eterij in Deurne, and then I like last match, I was not too sure about the whole stuff because he has a lot of people that support him, and why not? He's young and he's ambitious and he's about to win a big tournament in Germany, so he's doing really well. And I know that Schneider is sponsored by Lucky Panda, or he's playing in Switzerland in the club of Lucky Panda. I know this.
Yeah, that's true.
And
sponsored by Maz Q's.
Is he?
Well, he was wearing a patch, and all his gear is from Maz, so.
Okay. Yeah, so he has good taste. Of course, I mean, I play with Mez as well, so should be. Okay, let's see what's happening here. 3-1, big break for Jan. Yeah, what can we say?
It's a very controlled break. You can see how he steers the ball behind the one to the side pocket and the one to the corner. It dropped. Normally that could give you some issues, but the two then popped up in front of the same corner pocket.
But the first thing I'm thinking if I look at this layout, does the 6 go? Maybe in the down left, but does it go in the top left?
I'm hoping it doesn't.
Boo, boo, boo. I mean, it might go. It looks like it does go if I can go off his positional play. He's not really tempted to do a lot more.
There's actually the 6 is a key ball if he can make it, but it's not just making the 6, it's also getting the right angle on the 7 to move to the 8 because it's on the other side of the table. So the first step is getting a good angle from the 5.
Yeah, well, so the 6 goes. Okay, so from here, Jan has a really good chance to go. Yeah, pretty comfortable lead, actually. And he might be the better force as well from the two, from what we have seen.
Yeah, so I know that in the quarterfinals and the semifinals, Michael Schneider was the front runner. And I think this is the first time that I really see him trailing in the match. So I'm curious if he can bounce back and put his claws into Jan and get back into this match.
Yeah, so we have a couple chats in the YouTube chat. Might be some time ago. Ronald Duven from Cash Clash and More. He said hi. And yeah, we have Lionel Phillips. He's watching from Barbados. Barbados. I'm sorry. I don't even know where it is. I'm sorry. But my brother is really smart, so he can fix it.
Barbados is in the West Indies. So
yeah, so actually we are reaching people from far, and why not? Because it's a really good match. 4-1, and it looks like pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, that's the second time you said that. I don't know if Jan has ever done some sailing before in his life, but if I'm looking at the table, he's done it before.
The thing is that usually Jan is a big fighter and has a lot of heart. And the reason I'm saying the word sailing a lot is because he just looks really smooth today. Like how he's going on what I've seen on the TV table as well. It doesn't look like he's bothering himself a lot. So that's why I'm saying, yeah, it looks quite comfortable sailing. Yeah. But we will see. It's only 4-1, and I'm not jinxing a lot because I don't want to be that guy.
He's halfway now. I mean, he's only got 3 more racks to win the tournament.
Okay, a little bit wild.
Still a control break. The ball behind the one moving to the side pocket, but yeah, the one hit some traffic. So he's got an angle on the one to make it, but it's not easy to keep it for the 2.
Yeah, has some working to do. Getting on the 9 ball, but also getting on the 5 ball as well. Might choose to make the 1 and go in between the side pocket and the 6 to get a decent angle on the 2. But there is some moving in this game.
Yeah, well, you're talking about the 5. I'm looking at the 8 and the 9 as well. But let's just start at the beginning.
Step by step.
It's not a Chinese 8-ball table, so they can still make those balls.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
Well, talking about Chinese 8-ball, they had 2 Chinese 8-ball tables here. And oh, he hit that pretty well. He needs to get off the rail, and he does. So, he's a little bit awkward on this. It can be really easy to just play a stop shot, but he needs some more moving.
Oh. I feel his execution was a bit off.
He was pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm surprised by that. Giving, yeah, well, he knows it. Like, he's a little bit disgusted as well. Like, you can see as his face, he's like, oh man, I need to be sharp.
Yeah, he needs to stop now before he pushes one of his eyes out. I mean,
You're such a joker. Well, I mean, still some work to do. The 6 and the 7 is not going to be the biggest problem, but to getting on the 8.
well, from the 8 to the 9, I'd still like to see that shot as well. But
Well, traveling with the 7 to the 8 and the 8 to the 9, that's going to be some experience. So let's see what Jan, can do with this. Yeah. Ooh. This makes everything a lot more complicated.
But I think that Michael's missed about 3 balls now this match, and I haven't seen Jan miss a ball yet.
Yeah, I mean, like I said last set as well, I talked to... I was talking to Jan just after he played Chan, and he said, yeah, well, I got lucky a couple times. I said, you know, you win 7-1 and you run out every time you see a shot.
That's a good shot.
Where is the cue ball ending up? Not too high. Yeah. He was trying to leave himself the perfect angle, and he might get a little bit close there. But this is literally what he said. He said, oh, but he gave me so much presents. I said, you win 7-1. The other guy was breaking good. He was like, yeah, well. And that's how you sometimes know you're playing so well. You just don't see it. It's just a rare opportunity. So,
I mean, if we give Chan Salim a white beard, he would be Santa Claus after that match.
yeah, for sure. So,
But the thing is, you can get gifts, but you still have to unwrap them, and that's what Jan did. He played a
he
good
took-
match, and he took his chances.
he took everything. I cannot remember that he missed maybe 2 balls. Maybe he missed 1, but not 2. So let's say how good he played in a semi-final, and now he's doing it again. He ran out here. He ran out of position here, but
Would you go for the shot?
no, cut it real thin. Get the cue ball to the other side. Just leave the other guy just a horrible shot. There's not so much to work with here, so you need to move really well, otherwise, it's gonna be pretty open.
Yeah, so he's gonna hit the 8 ball on the right side. Try to get it behind the traffic of the 9 and the 10, and move his cue ball over 2 rails. That's my guess. I mean, he's not Billy Thorpe. He's not gonna play a 4-rail bank shot on this.
Actually, on this table, the 4-railer, if you played well, of course, it can go 4 rails and then come to short and go to the short rail. On this table, it might actually work. First time I seen this shot play was by Mark Bijsterbosch. He likes to play this shot because it's quite attacking if he hits it wrong and then still gets safe. But with this angle, I don't really like it as well. He might like to hit it really thin on the right side.
I'd actually try to play the 8 onto the 9 from here. So you play it on the right side, play it from the short rail onto the 9.
It's a little bit two-way. If you do this, you know it might leak out. And if you go really thin, you know that you can hit it a little bit thick. I like hitting this thin with a hair of inside. Because with the inside, you will always hit it a little bit thinner. And it will straighten up from the short rail towards the center pocket, kinda. So it will not leave some kind of cut shot. But he needs to get there, and this was the difficulty. But maybe he tried to play this because he knows how hard it is to get on the 9 ball. So it's maybe double Few.
Yeah, well, if I would go sit in my chair now, I wouldn't be happy with the result.
Lionel Phillips says the next stop is to the east is Africa. Well, I'm sorry, Lionel. I was completely wrong. I hope you're enjoying the match. Until now, it has been quite.
This is a really good shot.
Yeah, it's really good speed control as well.
Yeah,
Wow.
the execution so good to just get that top onto the cue ball and bring it back for the 9.
It's like speed control. If we have more examples, this is the example. Yeah, I mean, top-notch play from Jan from here. And he goes 5-1 in a race to 7.
Yeah. I was talking to Jan earlier today, and looks like 10 ball's really his game. He got the semi-finals in the Predator Austria Open in September, and did he win the Dutch Championships 10 ball a couple of weeks ago? Or was it?
I think he won the straight pool. But he was also a little bit burned to win the 10 ball. He lost to Ivar Cyrus in the final, and I heard that he was actually really pushing to get the second title. Even though for him, I don't think it was a big difference if he won 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. But the fact that he was so burned, yeah, also hurt maybe a little bit, but that's why he got so close again. And I mean, Ivar must have played a good set.
Yeah, they've been locking horns that whole weekend. They both played each other in 2 finals,
Yeah.
and 10 ball.
Oh, here we see. Oh, yeah. It's just lately it has not been a surprise that Jan, yeah, is playing so well actually. Only besides COVID. He told me he was supposed to play in the Arizona Open, the Predator Pro Billiard Series. Decided not to go because the lockdown in the Netherlands. But now maybe after, being in a final of this and maybe a winner, might still need to book his flights because he's ready to fly.
Book the man a ticket to Arizona, that's what I would say.
And, hell yeah.
I know there's still a couple of spots left for the Arizona Open, so if you're interested, you can still sign up. And do it quickly before Jan can, because he's going to win the tournament by the looks of it.
Yeah, well, he's definitely a guy that we have to look out for. I mean, we have known this for 6 years, and he's coming, so... But besides that, he had a dry break, and I'm actually surprised. He put a little bit less on this. It was a little bit soft. And Schneider, first time in a while to get rolling, to get going a little bit. He needs this. Doesn't need to run out, but needs to get a little bit control.
I'm looking for the composure in his game. I've been missing it in the finals so far. He can look really calm and collective, and it just feels a bit up speed, bit too much pace in his game, and then he tends to get sloppy. I saw the same thing when he was playing the shot clock in the quarterfinal. He was playing really good, and then he just made a few small mistakes because of the shot clock.
Oh, wow. Oh. This is a big deal.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I mean. If he would just take his time, look at the angles, and then execute properly, and for some reason he doesn't have the composure right now to do that.
To say the least, it wasn't the easiest of shots. The 9 ball's a little bit off angle, but he played it also a little bit slow rolling and stuff. He didn't look too comfortable, and this is what Jan wants. But it might be the style of play that Jan is doing. Of course, maybe he's playing a little bit more safe or a little bit slower to get Michael out of his rhythm. So I'm not sure what is going on. The only thing I know is that Jan is at the table.
Well, there's not much to say, to be honest. I mean, Jan is given the possibilities, and he's just punishing. He's just punishing every mistake that Michael's making right now.
You mean Michael's given the possibilities?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Jan has been given the
Oh, has been
possibilities.
okay. Yeah,
So-
yeah.
And this is what you need to do. Every mistake your opponent makes, you need to punish them. And, well, Jan is really giving you a masterclass in that right now in this final.
I mean, big kudos to both of them guys because, of course, it's pretty late. I hope we are reaching a lot of fans all around the world. Because, it's bedtime here. But it doesn't matter. The people that love pool, they are still watching, and they are, watching a really good match actually. Because these guys are both playing pretty well. One is a lot better at the moment, but it can go either way. Still.
Yeah, if you're looking at the level of play we're getting now in this final, then a race to 7. I won't say it's going to be a coin flip, but it's short. I mean, you just make one or two mistakes and you end up losing the match. That's how quickly it can go in this level.
I mean, we've seen Schneider has been down before today. He was 6-2 down against Dimitri Jungo. And he came all the way back to 6-6, and he beat Jungo, and he almost played a perfect set. I said last match, I said I was sick. I was like, oh man, how can Jungo beat me? But he played such a good set. And Schneider beat him. And now he's in the final, so he's obviously doing something really well. But he lost the cue ball here pretty big.
Yeah, I'm not impressed by this break at all. It looked a bit wild. Maybe some form of frustration.
Now he's playing really fast, and I'm not saying he's playing a little bit give up, but for him, his type of play, I'm like, oh man, come on, Michael, if you want to still grind it out, take some time, make the other guy feel that he's not gonna take this final away from you.
You want to get some pressure on your opponent in this phase. Just make him feel that he has to work to get that final rack. And maybe the pressure will help you.
He needed that kiss on the 7. He needed this.
You gotta love a kiss like that.
No, actually, you know what it is? If he kisses on the 7, it's still not a easy layout or something. The 3 doesn't even go, so...
Sorry,
he needed it a little bit, but he got there. And
oh,
wow,
what a shot.
That's a great
press
jump
that buzzer
shot.
button.
Yeah, hell yeah, wow. This is actually one of the best shots we've seen in the last 8 games. Not so much spectacular play.
It's been a very solid match, but it's not been spectacular.
Yeah, and it's just the way it has been going. Just there was not great jumping opportunities or kicking stuff. It's just all really solid. And I mean, all credits to them. But we want to see some action. Oh, he wanted to have a bump on the 3, and I think he got there.
That's the perfect nick on a 3.
Wow.
Yeah,
And now,
so my man's gonna run this rack now. There's no pressure.
my man.
Yeah, I'm still rooting for Michael.
Has some little work to do from the 8 to the 9. He should be okay. Needs some angle though. Doesn't want to be straight on the 8. Doesn't want to be doing too much. I don't like to do too much, you know? Like, let's be a lazy pool player. Is the
Hey.
best.
I've known you for like 25 years. I know you don't like to do much.
Ah, bah. Well, and it looks like we're going 6-2. And Jan is breaking, as far as I know. I'm not really sure.
Six two, Jan to break. I mean, he's in a position now to close the match if he wants to. That's the big advantage of being in an auto break setup. So yeah. And he's had good control on the break, so let's see what happens now. So again, good control on the break, making the 4 behind the 1 into the side pocket, but the 1 gets blocked by the 7 and the 8. So that's going to bring a bit more tactical into this rack. And this is what I really don't like. I mean, you want to close the match, you want to get an easy rack after the break, and then all of a sudden you get traffic and balls blocking your way.
Yeah, it's a difficult push out from here. There is some moves. Of course, the 7-10 is already close, so it's not an easy layout, and with the 5-8 as well. But this is a little bit easy. He can bank the 1 and kiss on the 5 is safe as well. Oh. Yeah, that's... Yeah, well, he hit that not too good. He tried to play the shot I called, just, yeah, didn't find the 5.
I think that was a classic mistake of knowing what you want, but just doing it a bit too fast.
Yeah, I think the average thing we can say about this final is that Michael is playing pretty fast, and might be because of the shot clock the match before, might be just the nerves. I mean, nerves happen as well. We cannot just say this is not a factor.
Well, it might be just the fact that we're playing a match at, what is it, 4 a.m. now? I mean, at some point when you lose the concentration, it gets harder to keep your flow and keep steady and slow.
Yeah, so Dave Wilkins says he plays better when he isn't thinking too much. Not sure who it is about. Might be Jan or might be Michael. I'm not really sure.
Well,
In this case, I'm thinking maybe Michael because he's down.
or Jan because he just missed that 3. So
Yeah, well, let's stop with the expectations. Whoa. He just went all in.
yeah, I think Michael's just trying to force something in this match. Just get some sort of a flow going on so he can get back into it.
You know, if you want to go, you want to go. If you want to make something, just try because you are 6-2 down. You know you have a couple breaks against you. He is okay, so he cannot make it in the corner, but he's calling it in the side. So he
Yeah.
wants to go 2 rails and probably still have it safe behind the 10. That's the plan.
Yeah, but
Jan is having a look at this like, oh, is this really possible or are you making a joke? I think they...
how often have you seen somebody make a joke when they're 6-2 down in a race to 7?
Oh man, I've seen so many things happen in a pool tournament. I don't gamble in stuff like this. Yeah. Okay, at least I have someone watching this. Yeah, so he decided to play a little bit of two-way. Not the easiest of shots, definitely with the position. But I expect him to play a solid safety here.
Good thing Jan just asked somebody to come and watch the shot though. Was very close. Didn't expect it to be that close to be honest.
No, I expected him to be a little bit more solid on the 5 and just get it too long. But I have a feeling he was actually trying to make the 5. And that is what got me worried.
Yeah, it's go big or go home now. I mean, if you
For-
want for something in this match, you have to do it now.
For your boy, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a really good shot. This
Yeah.
is a really nice executed. The slow roll with spin is such a tough shot to do. And this doesn't even look like Jan has any nerves.
Well, the shot's really good. I just don't know what angle he has on the 6. So I think this is a tester as well.
If he can draw it, he
Yeah,
was
looks really good.
he was in prime position. The 6 or the 5 ball was a really good shot because he had prime position on the 6. But then either way, he was in really good shape. Look at him. Oh man, he's enjoying this.
Yeah, this should be it. Just gonna close the
Is
match
he
now.
gonna kiss the 8 or is he
No,
gonna?
he's gonna draw it.
Well, I mean, you never know. You never know. He's taking a little bit more time here. Wow. 7-2 win against Michael Schneider. Jan van Lierop, the Bremen Open champion. nobody expected this before. Or well, nobody.
Well,
There was so many players.
it's a very impressive display by Jan van Lierop. I mean, when we were looking at the last 32, we had like 10 to 12 people who could potentially win this event. But the way that he did, and then beating Michael in the final, very impressive.
Yeah, congratulations to Jan. And to Michael, of course, for the second place. And y'all have a good evening. Tschüss.
Good night. Tschüss.
Maar in de wedstrijd daarvoor, hoeveel ballen heb je gemist bij je stapel?
Misschien
Ja, maar dat is wel wat je gewoon binnenhaalt.
dat was wel een keer nodig, hè?
Ja, dat weet je wel aan de andere kant. En dat was wel een keer nodig, maar je moet het gewoon binnenhalen.
Zeker.
Je kan 10 jaar lang hetzelfde goed blijven. Ik wist alleen nog dat dat is het enige grote probleem. De andere keer wist ik niet veel. De laatste EK Steek, en wie had ik verloren? Op EK Oh, zo. Ik heb alleen maar genoemd dat ik weet dat ik... Als je soort ook iemand speelt, zo mooi. Ja, jij niet, zo vaak. Dat is wel ik heb geprobeerd om je sponsor te doen. Ik had straks niet houden, dat is onmogelijk. Ik heb dat je best gaan. Ik kreeg berichtjes van bal en zo. Ik heb zo allemaal gedaan. Maar ik heb mooie sets. Twee mooie sets. Ik vind het leuk dat ik ook allemaal goed zeg. Nee, maar ik ben dus blij dat ik ook in de taak te geven als jij dan niet zegt. Ja, dat is het komen. Ja, want ik zei dat ook niet. Ja, de laatste keer voor de week is het over zijn. Ja, als ik gelicht het eerst aan mijn geheim is, ik heb het maar ik weet niet of het... Ik denk dat het goed is, want... we beginnen te winnen, dus het... Feest helemaal.
Wordt hij aan het spijt brengen?
Aan het
Congratulations.
Dank je.
Absoluut. Jan.
Ik denk aan de andere kant.
En zo weg. Dat vind ik niet, ja.
Maar even juichen, hè? Even op de camera.
En je? Ja.
Ja, maar even gebeuren. Ik vond dat wel niet te wachten.
Ja, dat is een
Ja, hij is superstar. Ja, dat is niet gaan. With you
Ja, ja.